Hey everybody, what it is, baby? Linda, Mark, Grace, welcome to my gig. Tonight we're gonna rock it, baby. Are you ready to rock and roll? So, this is one of my new costumes. I have yet to find a cameraman, so I'm still waiting. I'm working diligently to find someone to shoot my comedy videos for me. Hasn't happened yet, but I still do have ads on Craigslist advertising for someone to help me shoot some comedy prank videos. Now, this doesn't mean that I'm not still into natural healing. Of course, that will always be a constant. It just means that comedy is part of healing. That's all. Everyone knows how important comedy is in healing. If you can't laugh, then you're really, really screwed. So, do y'all like my wig? Goes good with my Sea Shepherd outfit. Well, let me show you my other decor that goes with this. Put these on there. Is that cool? I got 3 of them. This one's got a skull on it. Does that look good? This one's got guns. You all know I'm totally into guns, huh? Yeah. I had a guest staying in the Airstream last night, and on his profile picture on Airbnb, it has him shooting what looks like a shotgun. And I kind of forgot about that. And when I saw them and met them yesterday, I said, well, you might hear a gunshot from these yada yadas next door. You know, my hick neighbors, they like to shoot their guns in the field next door. I'm kind of used to it a little bit, as long as they're not shooting it in my direction. You know what I mean? Anyways, I've been a little bit cold. I think my immune system might be kicking in, and I can tell whenever it's doing that that's the case. So yes, I cut it all off. It's quite a contrast to go from that black hair to this, isn't it? And I can only see good with these from far away. I have a whole bunch of them. You know what I'm talking about? Like from Zenny Optical. Everybody knows about Zenny Optical now, right? Don't ever pay more than $25 for eyeglasses to an optometrist. So, anyways, let's see who's with me. Jorge Hernandez. See, I speak Espanol. Jorge. You know, I didn't say George. Grace, Ecuador. Edward Ochumbella. Only the Hispanic people love me. For some reason, only Hispanic people love me nowadays. And Indian people. Indian people. I'm becoming more worldly constantly, like all the time. Kitty! Kitty! Take a look at Kitty's picture. She's like a hottie, isn't she? Edward, Linda Thompson, Asmir, Essie, Indians. Chris 11, Australians love me too. Shit, maybe everyone loves me. Oh, sorry. So anyways, yeah, in all honesty, I mean, I look like I'm all happy, but I've really had gas. England, Joshua, isn't it past your bedtime? It's like it's like 3 in the morning in England right now. It's like 3 in the freaking morning in England. Are you up like doing drugs, Joshua? What the hell? No, in all honesty, I've been feeling like kind of stuck, kind of a little bit depressed, but a little bit, it's hard to describe. Stuck is a good word for how I've been lately. I've been trying to figure out how to get in on these prank comedy videos, and I've been learning quite a few things, but it seems as though I haven't really gotten going with it yet. You know what I mean? You know, when you're trying to break into something new and you just keep running into the same sort of brick walls over and over again? That's how it's been for me with that lately. I did try out a cameraman, only to find out that he was unwilling to shoot people, just like to photograph or like film people, because he was afraid that they'd see him filming them. And he was afraid to like hide too behind poles and trees. And that's what's really required of this job. It's a for fun job. It's a little bit of a sneaky job, but it's really a fun thing, you know? And for me, I find that most people are so boring, just like boring, you know? And most people probably find me just too like abrasive and edgy and or offensive, but I'm not really offensive and edgy and abrasive because I'm just fun. I'm a fun person. I am a kind of I've always been a prankster. I've always been a jokester. When I was 10 years old, I was running strings around the edge of the doorway to hang some shit up there to drop it down on the next person that was going to walk through. Whether it be like a bucket of water up there, a little glass of water or something that was hanging, and then you pull the string and it goes whook, whook, and drops water on them. Or some shit like that. I was always doing it, you know, because I was bored with this world. So anyway, so I am currently Brett, hi from England. I'm sitting on a whoopee cushion. Okay, so in any case, is there anybody else that has been feeling as though they are like stuck? And in what regard? Why are you stuck? So I'm just waiting for you to, Edward, why? Why are you stuck? Does anybody feel as though the world is just kind of like kind of apprehensive about taking a step forward? Is it the springtime? Are we in between the winter and the springtime, and everyone is just kind of like, well, I don't know if I should plant a seed or not, or because it might freeze, stuff like that. Like you're in between this or that, and you're not sure if you should take the next leap. Stuck at work. Stuck at work. Yeah. I I've been kind of like, because I'm trying to get into a new thing, I've been really focusing on that and all of the aspects of it. Like I'll tell you a couple of things that I've done that have been fun lately. I finally got my camera book completed, finished, and it's basically a little book that the pages have been cut out inside of it, and my iPhone can fit right in there. And then additionally, I got the little adapter cable to be able to plug into it, to be able to use my wireless mic system with it in conjunction. So a person that's shooting the video can be standing 10 or 20 feet away and pretend like they're reading a book and be looking at the video camera and shooting the video of me doing some messing with some person. So, and additionally, I bought a cardboard black box that holds, cool, 27 people. So I bought a cardboard black box that holds my DSLR camera, and I cut a hole in it like that so that the lens can stick out the side. And then I put little black tape pieces around the white lettering on the outside of the lens so that it's really stealth, if you will. And then I figured out a way to secure the camera inside the box so that it doesn't move around. And then you open the door on the camera, and then you tilt it so that you can look down into the box and see exactly what the camera is looking at. And so I can take the camera to a place, and instead of having the camera held up to the cameraman can take it, and instead of holding it up and being obvious that they're shooting something, you just set the box down, take the lid off, and you're looking down into a black box, and nobody knows what the hell it is. So that idea I got off of a video on YouTube. And the idea for putting something in a book, I got that off of an old Clint Eastwood movie where he had a little derringer inside a Bible. And I don't remember what movie that was, so don't ask me. That's too creepy. Now, Jackie, it isn't creepy, it's funny. It's comedy prank videos. You remember Candid Camera? Hello, Joe. I believe sad days because Babylon traps me. Yes, he's experienced it. He is stuck at work. So, anyways, yeah, I've been making some progressions, but at the same time, I haven't gotten very many orders lately. Y'all have been failing me. And so I haven't been making much money, and my savings is going to start to get depleted pretty soon. So if there's something that you really like, definitely go to my website and, support my channel, but support yourself, because whenever you buy a pillow, whenever you buy a back roller, it's guaranteed to be an ass-kicking good health thing, improvement, and beneficial product for you every day for God knows how many years. Those rollers will probably last. I mean, if you're a teenager now, if you're 10 years old, it'll probably last hundreds of years, one of those rollers. I wouldn't doubt it. They're just like tanks, seriously, and they crack your back every day. I was talking to a customer today. She said, thank God for that roller, something like that. You know, like I use it every day, cracks my back, makes my back feel so much better. So support my channel and thanks. But if somebody has something to say in regards to being stuck in the world, or like something in regards to like something that they saw on the news that's kind of bothered them, or Donald Trump, whatever, just put it on a comment right there and I'll address it. Thank you, of Ravaz. Well, cool, Carol Ann. Cool. You bought a soother. I've made freaking God knows how many of those things. And I'm just about needing to make a bunch more. You should also try the Foot Friend. The Foot Friend, it's in the other room. The Foot Friend is the better massage tool. It's the more expensive one, but it's also the better massage tool because you stand on it and you step on it. When you can step on something, then you can really put some weight on it and dig the shit out of your feet. That's what's really kind of required to get the tension in your feet released. The small tool is cool because it works on little areas in your feet. I am now happy that soon I will breathe life. Right now, I am breathing life. I am also happy that I've discovered my true reason of why I was sick. Can't believe all of these shootings like in New Zealand. Well, you know what? There's a lot of guns in the world. There's a lot of nukes in the world. There's a lot of things in the world that can just kill us. And you know what? Something's going to kill us eventually. And you really have to get to this point of where you understand that it's not beneficial for your health, it's not beneficial for whatever in your life to be thinking about any of that. All the news is largely is for having sympathy for other people, which is cool, and or slowing down your healing. And if you need to slow your healing, that's cool, but remember, putting on the brakes too much for too long, it's not getting you anywhere. It's just kind of keeping you in one place and being stuck, as I've been talking about before. So keep an eye on your health with your little voice. The little voice is the never-ending spiritual part of you that has the ability to look in on your life from the outside and tell you what's going on. You can also get the clues in that regard from friends and family and people around you, and sometimes they'll give you the clues without even consciously knowing they're giving you the clues. You know what I'm talking about? Like when somebody says something to you and you're like, does that mean anything? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So everything is a clue and nothing is a coincidence. That's not even a word. That's a word that's not even a word, coincidence, because there is no coincidences in this world. And some people will say that some people are superstitious, and that's because some people are overly believing. they're not very good at seeing what the clues are and which ones are really clues and which ones are really not. And you have to realize that, like, you have to be able to put two and two together to be able to know which ones are the real clues and which ones are the not clues. Not clues. Ah, yes, the Christchurch mosque shooting. I don't really want to talk about that. There's been so many shootings, and I would imagine that shootings are just going to continue to get worse and worse. The more people have guns and the more people are discontented with their lives, the more people are angry for whatever reason, and the more people aren't addressing their issues. And in the world that we live in, people are suppressed to address their issues. It's not healthy. They'll think that there's something wrong. People think there's something wrong with them. And we spend way too much money on worthless things, but that's going to change. That's going to change. People are going to start to realize that, hey, maybe 700 billion a year to build weapons is just too much for the United States, and that we have other things to do with that money. And so, you know what my thoughts are in that regard. Like, how can somebody say that the United States needs to rebuild its defense? And why do they call it defense when it's mostly offense? Offense. Defense. Let me define this. Let me define this. Look at a football team, whether it be football, soccer, or football, American football. Defense is the side that is trying to defend the goal. And offense is the side that's trying to score goals or touchdowns. Okay? The United States, in regards to its defense, is not trying to defend its country. It's trying to be offensive and go elsewhere and get their noses into everyone else's business. That's why you shouldn't call the American budget for creating weapons and all the things that they do, you shouldn't call that the national defense. It's more of the national offense, so that we can be the capitalist country that we are. Which means that we want to be able to have open and free capitalism around the world. And the only way that we can do that is if we are offensive in getting our nose into everyone else's business. That's the truth. People sort of wake up. What do you think about mining pollution? I think that all of the pollution that goes with digging up the earth or polluting the air and all of that, I think it all needs to go gradually or quickly, really, because we're destroying the earth at such a high rate, such a high, fast rate right now. Sorry. So let's see. Let's pick a fortune paper. Maybe it would be good to just climb a tree and remember how cool and fun it was to be a kid. Isn't that a great one? I wrote all these about 10 years ago, and I used to have them made up by the thousands. And I would walk around downtown Asheville and just pass them out to people, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. And, you know, that's kind of an example of one of the things that I've done, because I felt frustrated with the world. I felt bored with the world. I felt tired of this world. And it's not really the world so much that I get bored, tired, and frustrated with. It's humans. It's humans. It's not nature. Nature is totally wonderful. Here's my tea bag. In all things of nature, there is something of the marvelous. Aristotle. What do y'all think about me contacting this person? Here, I'll tell you how to contact the person that made this cup if you want one. Solar Stone Studio. Okay. T. Faulkner. It's signed T. Faulkner from Solar Stone Studio. So you'd probably have to tell that guy or girl exactly what that was, the face cup. And you might mention that I got that at the last Bell Share Festival. Make a cool tree fort. Yeah. Hi, fat face. That's funny. See how fast a person gets blocked? That's funny shit. So check this out that I got on Amazon. People, let me tell you about my best friend. He's a warm-hearted person who loved me till the end. Remember that song? That was the Courtship of Eddie's Father theme song. And that was a favorite of mine when I was about 4 years old. The Courtship of Eddie's Father. Ravaz loves my singing. Okay. Now remember, this gig tonight is supposed to be about addressing things that are getting us stuck. So if you have something that is, you're feeling as though you're really stuck, I will try and address that problem and tell you what my thoughts are. And I'm a pretty good person to bounce stuff off of. And I do holistic consultations. And yeah, so just write it right there. Oh, and I do accept donations. If you hit that little money symbol on the bottom there, you will get you can make a donation to me of $1, $5, or $1,000. You could donate. If you're really rich and you still like me after everything that I've said about rich people, you could donate $1,000 or even $1 million. Okay, so while you're thinking about donating, I'm going to sing a song, and I'm going to sing that one right there. That's the second page. Shambhala. Okay, so how many of you remember the song by Three Dog Night called Shambhala? And do you know what Shambhala is? Shambhala is a magical and mystical place somewhere in the Himalayan mountains where the sages, the yogi type people go to die, and they never come back. They never come back. Okay? And Three Dog Night back in the 70s wrote this song. It goes like this. Wash away my troubles, wash away my pain with the rain in Shambhala. Wash away my sorrow, wash away my shame with the rain in Shambhala. Yeah, 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 yeah. Remember this one? Yeah, 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 yeah. Everyone is helping, everyone is kind on the road to Shambhala. Everyone is lucky, everyone is so kind on the road to Shambhala. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Now here's the chorus. How does your light shine on the road to Shambhala? How does your light shine on the road to Shambhala? All right, I'll sing the third verse here. I can tell my sister by the flowers in her eyes on the road to Shambhala. I can tell my brother by the flowers in his eyes on the road to Shambhala. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, so did you like that one? Oh, somebody liked it. Cheryl, thank you, Cheryl. Cheryl, can I tell everybody the story? Oh, I better not. I won't. Never mind. I don't want to get you in trouble. Hands of stone. Oh my God. Thank you, hands. Yes. Hands of stone. That's got to be a powerful being. You know what I'm talking about? The hands of stone person. So let's see. I can donate 1 million. Cool. Hook it up. Jason, thank you. Look at Jason. Jason looks like a surfer dude-ish kind of person. So, sorry. Anyway, so something. Does anybody have something they're stuck with? Cheryl, you rock. Cheryl is my very good friend that works at she works in an airport in the VIP section. And she has met, someday we'll have to do a video, Cheryl. We have to do a video. I guess you can't really do that though, because Cheryl can't reveal all of the personalities that she has met and tell you all the things that she has done. Cheryl has met a lot of different people. Some are cool and some are snobs, celebrities, millionaires, well-known, everyone knows them. And Cheryl has met a lot of them because she's been at this airline at a big airport for many, many years. And some of them are really turds. But I feel blessed to know a lot of cool people from being a YouTuber. It's one of the cool things. You know, there are some turd things with this too. But haha, best not. Great vid. You feel radiation and shaga mushroom supplements are legit. Yes, I do. I think that the mushrooms are very. I've got some, and I need to consume that more. And I do actually. I consume various aggressive things to stimulate my immune system or to fight off various bacterias and viruses like this. Viruses when I feel like I can. And I do believe that I've really, really reduced the amount of toxins in my body from living in the country. I really have. And so it's an ongoing process, work in action. But would anyone like me to read from this book? I'm just going to do it. This is the book that I picked. I just randomly picked it tonight. Marley and Me. It's a cute little dog book, and it's not a serious kind of a thing. I haven't read it before, but it's a dog book, you know. And so it's not like a serious gig as like watching the news or something, and maybe that's what people need. Maybe people need something like sweet and kind. So let's just open it to right there. That doesn't look very interesting. Now, this is a story. This isn't something that I can just read from and you can pick up on it. All right. on the road to Shambhala. Okay, so this is always a popular thing to do, the power cards. The power cards are fun. So, who would like a power card? I'll read the first one for me, and anyone else that would like me to pick a power card for them, I will do so. I get this one right here. That is a cool one. That is a cool freaking power card. And it is the 8, number 8, nurturing. Nurturing power card. We are the only ones who can heal ourselves. Sometimes with assistance, sometimes without. Our energy or chakra system corresponds to the energy flow from the earth. If you listen and feel, the earth will heal you as you heal her. Totally. With the nurturing force of timeless give and take. Prayer enables you to take power out of the mind and place it in the hands of the deities of the earth and sky. I love these freaking things. Try to see through the mirage of social barriers that cloud the eyes of women and men the world over. I have to say that one again. Try to see through the mirage of social barriers that cloud the eyes of women and men the world over. Totally. That is exactly what I needed to hear tonight. I'm telling you, these cards were so channeled. The woman that wrote these must have they must have come from another planet, from an advanced being, from something beyond the average Joe. Sorry, Joe. The average from the average Joe Serrano. Nurture your dreams. Act in your dreams as you want to act. Find the guarded kivas and sacred places where you have hidden your heart and nurture your spirit. I have to read that last one again too, because that's exactly what I need to do. Find the guarded kivas and sacred places where you have hidden your heart and nurture your spirit. Yes. Okay. And the explanatory part of that from the book reads, the painting is entitled Morning Star. The chakra system, or the energy system within a human being, is symbolized by the flowers moving from the bottom of the painting to the top. The hands show that there is life in the mountains and in all things. The lotus is the lotus of life with the universe beneath. The fairy playing the flute symbolizes the vibratory sound of the universe and its importance on the path toward enlightenment. The fairy is bringing up the sounds of the universe into the chakra system of the human. Nurturing is in the south because it entails the life-giving force of Mother Earth. The energy is being brought up into the human beings to enable us to have a complete circle of creative life flowing, moving through us at all times. That is one of the coolest ones, I think. The coolest paintings. Okay. Pick one for me, Jennifer. Okay. Jennifer McWilliams. I love the Irish mix. Okay. Jennifer, you get that one. Oh, I have seen this one, Jennifer. Individuality. Individuality. And it's got that painting that is on a horizon, so I'll have to turn it. When the shield carrier reaches the top of the mountain, she never seeks approval, because approval is based on doubt. Your strength and wisdom are celebrated in your unique ability to view the experience of life with new vision. Power lies in individuality and the ability to see yourself through your own eyes and not through the eyes of another. To be in power, you must take your power and exist within your own individuality. And individuality is the number 31 card, which is defined as, the painting is entitled Meeting of the Members of the Board. People are so stuck in their ruts of everyday life that anyone with unusual ideas cannot be accepted. The Native American chieftain in full ceremonial dress is considered a freak in this civilized setting in which the men are speaking of architecture and building a city. What the board members don't understand is that the chieftain is a great individual in his own culture, and he might have the answers to survival that all of us need, and so many of us are afraid to hear. We're afraid because the answers may come out of the unknown, out of something that is unfamiliar to us. Because it is unfamiliar, we do not understand it. Therefore, we feel the need to destroy it. That is our tragedy. To be in power, you must first be an individual. This is a North card because individuality takes strength and wisdom and teachings of the North. I love that one. I love that one. Because you see, the Indian knows about building structures and other natural things, whereas these guys in suits, they don't know anything about those kinds of things. All they know about is about pushing a pencil and making deals for big money, yada yadas. You know what I'm talking about? Hello, Linda. Okay. Linda Thompson. Linda, you are getting, we'll mix them up really good. We'll mix them up really freaking good. I'm telling you, if you can get yourself a set of these, they're called the Power Deck by Lynn V. Andrews. And I got a mint set of them for $50 on Etsy. They're from 1991, so you cannot buy these new anymore. You can't buy these new, but you can find them on eBay and Etsy, and they are marvelous. And you know who turned me on to them? Kaipacha, Tom Lesher from New Paradigm Astrology turned me on to these. Okay, this is for Linda Thompson. She's got the L just like Laverne did, just like Laverne and Shirley. Remember Laverne had an L? Linda has one like that, and she gets that card right there. I picked the same one for you, Linda. Individuality. That must be the theme. I mixed the crap out of that and I picked the same freaking card. Isn't that amazing? So there you go. That's what you get. The same card. Individuality. Sunny. Sunny, you have to go back just a little bit, and it's the Power Deck. I just explained exactly what it is just before you got on. Okay, Sunny, do you want one? Thank you, my friend Jennifer. Fits me perfectly. Many years. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. Sunny DeClute gets that one. Flow. Sunny gets the flow card. Flow is very important. And you know what? I have never picked the flow card. I've never seen that before. I've never picked that one before. So it should be interesting. The flower of your being begins to bloom when you move with the flow of life. This is a process of letting go, of moving your consciousness out of your mind and into your body mind, which is an inch or two below your navel. Feel your receptivity as you become still. Watch the river flow as if you were a mountain high above. Be serene, at ease, and totally within your power. Then let the waterfall of life work for you as you become like a twig carried on the surface of the rushing water. Become one with the water, dissolving the sense of mind and living totally in your instinctual nature. Let go and relax into eternal flow. And the definition of the card, the explanation of the card reads, the painting is entitled Flower and Song. Follow the river flow. As in life, it is easy to float downstream with the driftwood, but very strenuous to paddle upstream against the current. Because this is a South card, it teaches you about the physical self, about letting go physically as well as mentally. To go into the flow of energy in the universe, move into the instinctual side of your nature. The universe of stars and planets at the bottom of the waterfall indicates the universe of your inner self, of the highest part of your inner being. That's like what Muji refers to as your isness. It is through this life on earth, represented by the mountain and the waterfall, that you can move into the eternity of enlightenment and sacred flow. Nice, nice. There you go, Sonny. Well, there you go. That's exactly how it works. Isn't it interesting how there are no coincidences? Okay, Carol Ann. Oh, sorry. Carol Ann. Carol Ann Lamoth. You get that one. I think I've seen this one. Gathering. The Gathering card. The Gathering card. Okay. This life is like a fulcrum on a scale of balance. Your past and future lives determine the need for gathering strength in this life. There is a reason for all the pain. As you gather knowledge from the infinite sea of consciousness and life experience, you begin to evolve. You fill the gourd of your spirit with knowledge so that one day it can be emptied and you may begin to gather wisdom. Become one with all life and consider the true importance of what you are gathering. Isn't that totally true, how as something gets full and more full and more full of life, then they get to a point of where you want to release all that life energy, and that the ultimate desire within us is to build a beautiful energy and then release it to the world. So this is number 26. Number 26 explanation is, the painting is entitled Gathering. Gathering is a north card and expresses your need to gather knowledge from the universe, from the waters of your consciousness, so that one day in your process of evolving you may empty yourself of knowledge and begin to live in true wisdom. The native person in this painting represents your primal instinct and innate knowledge. The universe represents the Akashic record, the totality of knowledge within all of life. The stones represent memory and the knowledge of Mother Earth. You must partake of all to reach that still point of wisdom within. True, totally true. Okay, did anyone? Gloria, Glori. Oh, yeah. Gloria. Okay, you get that one, Gloria. That looks pretty intense. Oh, it's the number one card, Gloria. The number one. I have picked it a couple of times. The unknown. It's a goodie. It's a very good card. I know, I can tell you already what it is. It's to have faith and go with the flow of life and not to think or worry or anything. You just allow the universe to do its thing. It reads, we are all pilgrims on the path to the unknown. We sit in awe and wonder at the architecture of power. Ripen and receptive void within you, like a womb accepting a seed. Open yourself to the unknowable, to what is unfamiliar to you, so that the energy of what you need in order to be whole can flow into you. It's good, huh? When you think of yourself as an entity separate from power, you will obstruct the current, and power will defeat you. Identify the form of power you want, what you want to accomplish, build, create, or be, and become that, so that there is no separating you. Definition of the card. The painting is entitled Behold the Dream. The self card represents the essence of who you are as a person. It is a wild card because it can become anything you wish it to be, just as the self can become anything that you can dream. Here, the pilgrim on the journey toward knowledge is sitting in front of the great pyramids, meditating on higher consciousness. The pyramids come from an unknown source of power. Because this source is unknown, a great power is retained within the structure. Power is born from the unknown. Wholeness is represented by the spheres. This is a symbol of the natural human looking out into the universe of power and the mystery of the unknown. So it's basically just saying that to be open for whatever to come into your life. Hi, Nace Pie. DSR 58 wants a card. Hi, Melissa. How are you? DSR 58. Melissa, you are up late again. I hope you're all right. Okay, DSR 58. DSR 58 gets that one. Well, this is a cool one. I like that picture. Trees and a Buddha back there. 27, strength. The person who upsets you most in your life is one of your best teachers. If that person can get inside your head, turn you around, and confuse you, you know that you still don't understand what you are doing. You need more strength. Learn by seeing that your life is a teaching. Like the red lotus healing in its pain in inner solitude, gain strength from entering your wounds and learn from them. The magician remembers the trail and takes a different one, even if it is more difficult. In this way, you build strength. Let me take this out. I'm getting too hot. 27. The painting is entitled Unfold in the Light. It depicts a dense forest and a sacred being, a Buddha, healing his pain within the solitude of inner and outer wilderness. The red lotus represents the pain in the world being healed through transformation from the material into the higher realms of consciousness. Inner strength is found through deeper inner search and meditation, particularly in times of transition. Absolutely true. In the shaman tradition, we move into the pain that we experience in life to find the possibilities for learning and growing that are hidden there. When you experience your pain in all its aspects, you can then move through it and emerge on the other side a much more powerful and strengthened person. This is a North card, dealing with strength, wisdom, and spirit. By balancing your physical life with your spiritual life, you will find the necessary strength, the strength necessary to evolve. There you go, DSR. Hi, Karen. How are you? Brett, you keep missing messages. Scroll up every now and then so we don't feel left out. I'm sorry, Chris. I can't just like do everything. See you later, Brett. Thank you for your videos. Good night, Edward. Thanks for stopping in. St. Patrick's weekend here, Brett. Can you do a reading for me? Hey, Melissa. Did you see my my little St. Patty's thing on Facebook? I said that I forgot to wear green today, and so cute girls can come and pinch me. Yeah. You like that one? I noticed that Lynn Andrews just published a new set of Power Deck cards, January 2019. It looks like for pre-order. Wow, that's cool. Maybe I'll check them out. Yeah, you know, I left a message on Facebook, Lynn Andrews' Facebook page, in the message thing, and I just told her I thought her cards and stuff were cool, and so maybe that kind of instigated her to make a new set. That was about more than 6 months ago. So, no, I didn't, laughing out loud. Yeah, so let me see. I need some water. 25 people. That is so cool. So, the subject for tonight was supposed to be, like, if you have something that you feel like you're stuck in, write it down and I'll tell you what I think, and maybe I can help you. You know, lately I've been really on a radical roller coaster in so many ways. I'll go to bed at 9 a.m. and sleep for 7 or 8 hours. I'll go to bed at 2 in the morning and sleep for 6 hours. Just like, not just my sleep though, my moods and just how I feel, happy, a little bit depressed. Yeah, there are certain things in my life that just aren't right. I can tell you that for sure. And that I know that everything is kind of coming around, but it's taking so long. And I feel kind of, it's pressuring me to be patient. Things are pressuring me to be patient, you know? Do y'all know what I'm talking about? I wish that the whole Trump presidency was over. I wish that shit were over now. and I understand the reason for it all, but it's just been kind of a drag. It's been like I just feel like, and also we've got all these Democrats coming, all these far left Democrats coming on, and I've just felt like, God, no, can't we just have somebody that's really moderate and level-headed, for God's sake? And just like, I kind of like Beto. Is that his name? uh, what the hell is his last name? It's an Irish name. Beto. So he's kind of Hispanic and he's kind of Irish. He seems like kind of like a down to earth kind of ish dude. And I kind of hope that, I don't know, we'll see. I haven't listened to him enough. What do y'all think about him? You don't answer. So, anyways, do you want me to play you a song? I just made that up. Is that good? So also, I've really had gas bad tonight. You know what I mean? These are really funny, these fart machines. If you don't have one of these fart machines, I highly recommend them. I can't recommend a lot of things because the FDA might come down on me. Somebody might sue me. Like, I killed my back on one of your rollers and like all my vertebrae got thrown out of alignment. uh, mm, heartbreak. Nah, that's not a good thing, Chris. Heartbreak. The whole thing in this world with being attracted to somebody else, it kind of depresses me sometimes, and it does that because we're all just human and we're attracted to attractive people, not just physically attractive but mentally attractive, and people that are vibrantly healthy. And that's largely why I've been on this life of self-improvement. It's been a life of self-improvement for me. And when I come on here and I give you all I got. Remember that song? Give it all you got. Give it all you got. It's a little remote control. So that's my energy building. That's the energy that I've built up from doing all of these things, these holistic health things. And I could not have done this 5 years ago, a live presentation like this, and there's just no way that I could have, even though, I mean, I could have, but not as good as I am now. And in 5 more years, hopefully, if I keep doing things the way I have been doing and planning on doing, then I'll be even more vibrantly energetic and able to do more fun things. But it's a process, like I said, and we all want to be as good as we can be. We want to be as attractive and as funny and as all the things that we acquire to be attain to be positive, of a positive vibration, you know. And it's good to be sympathetic towards people and things, but at the same time, it's not to be good to be overly sympathetic. And some people really are. As an example, today I went to a church that I've been to before, and I know how the people are there, and they're good people. But at the same time, they are that way. They're too left. They're too giving, you know? If you become too giving, think of the different things that will go haywire in your personal life. It's the same with a community or a country, too. If you don't force people to pull up their own bootstraps and make their own lives better, what will happen? And so there's a balance. But if you don't help people that really want to be helped, well, what will happen with that? That's why my nickname is Chi, because I'm always searching for balance. That's what Chi means in Chinese, balance. And so I have Mars in Libra. Okay. So Libra is the scales. No, wait. Gemini is no, Libra is the scales. Gemini is the twins. So I don't study astrology a lot, but I know a little bit. So I have Mars in Libra. And Libra always looks at both sides of the equation. Libra makes a great judge, you know, a great judge. And Libra can often be hesitant on making decisions, and that's the downside about Libra. I'll try and keep up with the comments, but I can't guarantee that I'll always get to read every one. Don't need a fart machine, just eat cabbage, onions, and beans. Ha ha. Yes, Ramona. I want to do a medical detox. Is there anything that I can get at the grocery store for it? Okay, a metal detox at the grocery store. Like what grocery store? 7-Eleven? You know, you can detox your body in so many different ways, Karen. You can detox your body just by not eating. Just drink water. You can take herbs. You can take absorbent things like psyllium. You can do a lot of exercise. That will force you to sweat, and it's a really good time of the year to get out and get walking or jogging or yoga, all kinds of different things. Action creates release. Action creates release. You could just focus on breathing. You could focus on not thinking at all and just being in the isness. All of those different things create an immune response, generally, or an immune response. And anything that you do, there's so many different things that can slow down your immune response and slow down your healing and your ability to fight off disease. And it would be really, really good for anybody out there to talk with me about that, their specific needs. And so everyone is different. And you can buy cleanse kits at health food stores or online. But to get somebody else's perspective on that, somebody that's really seen a lot and been there and knows a lot, not everything, but a good general amount. I know a good general amount of things because I've been doing this for so long. So you could go to my website, Brett's Natural Health, and agree to the release form by sending it to me in my email. And then we can talk on Skype or on Facebook FaceTime. Check out Lavette on YouTube. She does alchemical astrology. Just ordered the power deck on Amazon. Cool. The new one, the new power deck, or the old one? No, not the old one on Amazon. But anyways, I hope it's as good as her old one, this one. You're welcome, Chris. Brett, what's your take on dreams? Do you think that they are meant for something or just my brain defragging? Been having some dreams of my recently passed father. Um, you know, I think both. I think from my experience, dreams can be just your brain defragging. In my computer, I don't have to do that anymore because I have a state, what do they call it? Hard drive? A solid state hard drive. Now my computer guy tells me that since I have a solid state hard drive, I don't have to defrag it anymore. Cool, huh? So yeah, I think that your brain is just oftentimes just kind of purging shit while you're sleeping. And I think it is really, I feel like in the morning, like, it's like, thank God, although I feel like I'm kind of frazzled after dreaming all night, and sometimes I'll do that. I'll just dream. I'll get up to pee and I'll like, oh my God, I just keep dreaming. And I'll go back to bed and I dream more. And that's how it's been lately. And I wonder if it's in the astrology as well that the planets kind of engage us to dream, and that people are oftentimes, a lot of people are dreaming a lot of things at the same time. I wonder that. But lately, I've been dreaming a lot of crazy shit. Nothing too wild. There have been times in my life when I was just like dreaming, like when I was heavy detoxing, I was also dreaming bad shit, just getting it out of my mind, just getting shit out all night long. But yeah, if you lose an animal or something, a loved one, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised for sure. Thank you, Kendra. A lot of you like really love me, and if you love me a lot, then you should do yourself a favor and me a favor and buy some of my awesome products. Like if every one of you should own one of my Millet Hall pillows, every one of you. And check this out. Right now, I have all of these pillows pre-made. All of these pillows, inner pillows, are pre-made in the large and medium size. Ready to go. All they need is a case made, and then they're ready to go. And right now they are just on regular price, but I'm telling you, they're so worth it. You're welcome, niece pie. I own one of your pillows and love it. Cool, Sunny. Sunny, you are a cute girl. Do you know that? I've always thought you were really cute. Okay, what else? Brett, what's your take on rain? Focus on healing. Who else has an interesting question? Who else has an interesting question? Give it to me. I'll tell you. And until that, think of an interesting question. And while you're doing that, I'll sing this song right here. Oh no, I can't sing sexual healing. Let's see. What else? No. I really like For the Summer. Have you ever heard that song For the Summer from Ray LaMontagne? That is such a good song. Most of his music is really depressing though. Y'all, have you heard Ray LaMontagne's music? It's really like I don't know where he came from, but he's got some depressing things going on in his head. His music is really like that. I don't know that I've ever sang this song before. At least live. I've sang it many a times. Okay. Every breath you take, every move you make, every bond you break, Every step you take, I'll be watching you. Every single day, every word you say, every game you play, every night you stay, I'll be watching you. Oh, can't you see you belong to me? How my poor heart aches with every step you take, every move you make, every vow you break, every smile you fake, every claim you stake. I'll be watching you. Can I do this part? Since you're gone, I've been lost without a trace. Dream at night, I can no less see your face. I look around, but it's you I can't replace. I feel so cold, but long for your embrace. I keep crying, baby, baby, please. The E is a bit hard for me. Oh, can't you see you belong to me? It just goes over and over again, so I won't sing anymore. So, what are the questions? I do not have a question, but I want to say thank you. Last night I watched your vacation at home. My vacation video. I used your brushing techniques and stretching. You're a good singer. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you. Are y'all ready for another week? I have gone to, not karaoke's, but like open mics. I have done that. And there's a kind of a big open mic in Asheville on Monday night that I would like to go do. But I really don't feel like I need, and I'm not really like into it. I get kind of nervous singing in front of a live group, you know? And I don't really like, I don't know. At first, I just wanted to do it to see if I could do it, you know? And I could, even though I was really nervous. And I did pretty good, and people liked it. But around here, in all honesty, I haven't connected with people that much. And I'm getting to a point of where I feel as though I don't believe that there will be any place that I can go and really get to where I really like a lot of people anywhere. I think that I'll probably be mostly alone for the rest of my life. And I don't mind that too bad, even though I do get lonely sometimes. And I'll probably always have a dog to keep me company. Do you want to see Chakra? Hey, Chakra, come here. Come on, baby. She's such a good girl, and I want to tell y'all how blessed I am to have this golden retriever. She is such a sweet hound. She is such a good meister. And today, she got to eat some treats at the potluck that I went to inadvertently. Ooh. Ugh. Hey. Oh. This is my hairball. She is such a good baby. Oh. Oh. She's such a good turd. She's my best hound. And, you know, for me to actually meet a woman and have her live with me, it would be like we would have to get along so good. We would have to get along like we would have to be total soulmates, because I grew up in this situation of parents that were at each other's freaking throats, sometimes literally, almost sometimes every other night, sometimes every night. Once in a while, they would go for a week without fighting, and that was rare. And so I have deep wounds in that regard, and I can't stand to argue with people. I have such an aversion to that. It's so hard for me. And so if I were to have a relationship with a woman that I lived with, not just, we get together and we have sex and we have a good time, blah, 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 but actually a live-in relationship, it would have to be like she would have to be mute and deaf. You know what I mean? We would have to get along like that, like way tight, way tight. And so, yeah. But this one, she is such a good baby. And she never talks back to me. We never have any problems at all, unless she poops in the wrong place outside on the where I walk and I step in it. Then it's trouble. It's trouble, huh? Uh-huh. Okay, Ruby. Chakra got some beef heart tonight. It was so good, huh? Okay. Probably why I'm alone. Yeah, you're strong enough. Sometimes I get that way, and then I have to live with my daughter. Laugh my ass off. Hey, Brett, just turning in. Okay, NP. Good night. Have a good week. Hi, Brett. E.T. Just turn. Okay. You're so funny. I love you. Don't think much. One step at a time. Yes. Don't think so much. One step at a time. That's the number one card. The unknown card. Allow the universe to manifest. It's also what Muji teaches, to just be in the now, and just just be in your inner never-ending state of being. Oftentimes I will catch myself thinking negative thoughts and visualizing what it will be like if something that I know negative could happen, visualizing negative things happening. Do you know what I'm talking about? Everyone does this sometimes. And it's so not good. It's so not good. And I immediately try to get out of that and get back into the isness, the now, because in all honesty, I have to tell you this. I have to tell you that I don't feel where I'm at right now, I feel very optimistic about my life in so many regards. Yes, I do feel as though it is stagnated and slow, and it's not getting there as fast as I want it to be. And that's when I have to remind myself how long things take to evolve, and how good things, the best things in life, take time. Time, all the things that I really want. And that includes that relationship that I don't know if I'll ever get it. I don't know if that'll ever come, and it's okay because I know who I am. I'm a unique person. I'm a very unique being. And to find somebody that's like me, the universe is going to have to really freaking do its thing. Its thing. And I don't want somebody that's overweight. And there are people out there that some of y'all are that way. And there have been some girls kind of flirting with me on Facebook or wherever, that are like that. And I'm not wanting somebody that's overweight. I've been working on my health for almost 30 years, y'all. The last thing that I want is a big fat girl. We live in a country full of overweight and obese people. No, I want a health nut, baby. Like a full on, like, I want to get healthy enough that I can be with somebody that is just so healthy, so freaking healthy, just vibrantly woo and funny, like a funny chick. Like she just loves my dorky humor, and she'll shoot for me, and maybe she's even funny, and I'll shoot videos for her, and we'll just I can envision so many things that would be so cool relationship wise to have with somebody. And but I'm picky. I'm picky because I'm unique. So anyways, Beto, yes, Beto, O'Rourke. Yeah. I've always liked to do accents and stuff, and play the parts of people. I'll show you the wigs I've collected so far. Now I showed you the rocker one. I showed you the rocker one. I'll show you that again. This one is like Kiss, Everybody's gonna lose their seat. Get up. Everybody's gonna lose their seat. Dan, 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 dan. You know. Now check this one out. I could be a hooker. I could play a hooker. And wear some like bikini shit and high heels and walk down the street. You like that one? And all I need is a good camera person. I've paid. Right now I have 2 paid ads on Craigslist. 2. And one of them ends tomorrow and I have to renew it. But I will find somebody. You'll see. I am determined. I am determined. And then this one, I just got at a thrift store, and I don't know exactly what part I could play with this one. But I need to get like some mascara, like makeup, to paint a darker in my eyebrows and stuff, But I'll tell you, the reason that I'm doing all of these, the reason, probably most of the reason I'm wanting to do the comedy videos is because I've just been bored. Seriously, I've just been bored. I like making the products. I've been thinking about doing some art on the products, like painting some little things on the products, but that takes time. And one thing I just don't seem to have a lot of extra of is time. That's kind of one of the hard things about being a health nut that is single. That's one of the hard things about being by yourself here, because I have to do the cooking, I have to do the wash, I have to clean the trailer when the people stay in that, I have to make the videos, I have to make all the products, I have to do everything. And what I need is a freaking crew. Like seriously, what I need is a big house again, but a crew. How many of y'all have, let me catch up on the things here. The short red-haired wig, Prince Valiant's son Arn. I don't know that one. And she, an alcoholic. Sing God of Thunder. Oh yeah, God of Thunder. God of Thunder. I don't know the Kiss songs that well. Sounds like you might want to explore some potential new hobbies. Well, that's what this is. That's what this is. The comedy videos, I have now collected a hell of a collection of camera items to be able to film video. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's not like I'm buying the like really expensive stuff, but I've got some really cool stuff, and I've created some cool stuff. And so I'm really excited to get going on that, but it's just a matter of finding a good camera person. But hang on for a second, because I have to pee. That's funny shit. I can be live. Who else can be live and then go to pee? That's funny shit. Okay, where's the host? He's peeing. True reality, folks, when host leaves to take a potty break. I love the chance to learn health while having hands-on experience. You know, I am open to having people come here and staying in the Airbnb, the trailer down there, and coming up and doing some. You could do a massage class with me or a holistic consultation. You could just hang out at the river if you want, but it's all good. It's all good, and for the next at least 5 or 6 months here until my lease ends, it's all good. That's another thing that's kind of up in the air that I'm trying not to think about. Mm, The owner will come back from Europe in about 5 months, I think, and we'll see what happens. I don't know. I might have to move. Fred, is this the best place where you live now? Yeah, yeah, in many regards, this is about the best place that I've lived at. It's it's hard to get community in the country. The people that you can really, I mean, there's some nice people around here, but they're not the ones that I expected to be connected to very much. I expected to really groove with the new agey people here, and that has not been the case. It's not been the case. And so what I have here is just kind of like a hey, how you doing relationship with some people. And that's about it. Really superficial. Really just not great. I've not had anyone. I've not had the desire to invite, really, for the most part, anyone over here for dinner or something like that. I have one friend, Christina, that's down in Mexico right now, that is more of a friend and is a pretty good friend. And that's it. That's it. I have had some really good guests lately in the Airstream, some really good, nice couples that have really enjoyed coming here, even though the trees are not green yet and there is very little blossoms coming up yet, just a few things. The grass is starting to get green, but it is starting to warm up a little bit. It was nice and sunny today. Today was the first warm and sunny day, relatively warm. It wasn't really warm, but it was okay. And another thing is that I've been thinking to myself, man, I just really don't like the winter. And so I've been like, where can I move south? And the only place that I really want to move is not even in this country. It's like maybe in some place, some kind of a little resorty place in Mexico or Costa Rica or something like that. And so the hope is that I can get going with some comedy videos and maybe get the YouTube income back up to where I can leave and not come back. But not totally not come back, but for the most part be gone, because there are benefits to living in the US, but there are detriments too. Think about what the United States is. Think about what it represents. If you studied politics, if you'd studied like the news, if you watched the news, if you'd studied world, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, what is this country all about? And what's that country all about? What's this kind of topography all about? And what's that kind of topography all about? And you just learn the different cultures and this and that. Then you learn that for here, it's a place of work, 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 and make money and make money and buy things. You can buy anything here. Somebody on a video the other day said, man, when they were in Miami, I can get anything on Amazon. I can get anything on the internet here. It's amazing. And that's true. And people that I know that live in Ecuador, people that I know that live in Costa Rica, what they want to do when they get back here is buy all the things that they know that they can't get where they live now. And then they pack their suitcases with as much stuff as they can get, and they go back. And they go back to their peaceful village where they can go down to their little farmer's market, and they don't have to look at the glaring lights of a supermarket. They don't have to experience the traffic. They just have a peaceful place where they can live, and the only thing they have to worry about is the theft and the crime. That's kind of the thing in those Latin American countries. And people are poor, and they'll rob the shit out of you, and in some of those places they'll kill you for your stuff. And so, yeah. Pros and cons, y'all. That's the deal everywhere, and you've got to find the pros and be happy with them. But I'm not saying that you should always just be happy with your situation. You should always be trying to improve on it, but at the same time, you have to be happy to a degree and not constantly dwell on finding something better. It's a balance. It's a chi. It's a balance just like everything else. Please do comedy if you move. Please keep in touch with us, and I hope it will still be Vitality Massage. Sounds exquisite for the crime thing. Caring for oneself takes a lot of time, effort. What would you say to the nihilists in our nihilists? What's a nihilist in our society? The type who think I'm just going to die. Why bother investing in the effort? Well, the reason the thing that I would say to people that are just like I'm going to die is that you're not going to die. Your body is going to die. And what Muji would say is like that when you say I, what are you referring to? Most people are referring to their physicality. When they say I, me, my, me, my. And it's so important to constantly practice, to make it a practice, to consider yourself, whatever, when you say I and me, it's really important to practice that you're thinking of yourself as your spiritual entity, so that you're not so depressed, because we all know that these bodies are going to die. I could take a knife right now and cut my face and blood would go all over the fucking place. That blood is mostly water, and it's all going back to the earth. All the cells, all those red blood cells, all those white blood cells, even these bones will eventually go back to the earth. Even the earth will eventually go back into whatever it is. The whole solar system, the sun, will eventually explode. Everything is going to be gone. Dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind. Dust in the wind. Everything is dust in the wind. What a song that was, and still is. So I heard that Peter Frampton now has a muscular disorder. And as I'm watching this video from like CBS or something, and he's talking about his last tour, and he's gonna play the Forum, and he's gonna play Madison Square Garden, some of the big venues, and it'll be his last tour because he wants to go out right. And I was thinking to myself as he was telling us about the treatment options that he's planning from doctors, experimental treatment options. You know what I was thinking, and how if he were here right now, I would get working on his muscles and help to release them. And I would tell him what he really needs to do, which is to relax and stay away from all those huge electric things that he's Marshall amps and God knows what, all the different things that he's exposed to with music, and to mellow out, and that will help his muscles to relax. And it's a disease. They're always going to name these things, and some of them are hereditary to a degree, and some of them are caused by various things in this world. But regardless, if you just get back to the natural things, it'll all reverse. It will reverse. But see, people like Frampton that have money, they've got the money to buy as much health care insurance as they want. So what are they going to do? They're going to use it. They're going to take the advice of a medical doctor. It's his choice. I don't play guitar anymore. I used to. 26 people are still on. That's cool. That's cool. Tell me where y'all are living. Tell everybody where you're from. Where in the world are you? If you haven't made a comment tonight, please do. I'd love to hear from everybody. You know, I've got plenty to say. It makes a lot of different types of sounds. So, Chicago. I watched a little thing on Chicago last night, South Chicago, and how it is a full-on war zone. And it was on 60 Minutes Australia, if anyone wants to watch it. And there are places there that are getting to be like as dangerous as freaking Afghanistan. That's how bad South Chicago is. And I was thinking to myself, my God, why do people stay there? Why would anyone stay living in South Chicago with how it is now? Do they think that they just can't live anywhere else? Do they think that they would be, like, if they were black, do they think that they would be just unwelcome in a small town like the one where I live? It's totally not true. Some people are racist types that don't like other people of color, but not very many, really, around here. Most people are cool. So I don't understand it. I don't understand why anyone would choose. Maybe they need the adrenaline. I don't know. I have no idea. Wheatland, California. Beautiful Minnesota. Lived in New York for 20 years and now Texas, originally from Boston, Massachusetts. I'm in the mountains of Western Canada. Houston. Cuba, but living in Miami, Florida. Unfortunately, I need to move. No more beans for you, Brad. Yeah, Joe, yeah. I've been farting up a storm, haven't I? My teeth are so white. That's my natural teeth, and I don't use any whiteners, just baking soda. Home is where the heart is. Financial reasons, family ties. Northeast Ohio. Kansas City, Missouri. Yep, Jackie, we know where you're at, and I hope that you're doing okay without your hubby. I hope that you're doing all right. Well, what do you think, y'all? What do you think? If you got something you want to talk about, you better lay it out on the table right now. You better throw it out here. It's a 10:45 here on the East Coast. Why would someone live in South Chicago? There's a concept in science called learned helplessness. After enough time being battered down in poverty, I am sure people there must adapt that mentality. Yep, yep. I think that all of us can use that as an example. How if we've gotten into a state of stuckness in some regard, not just live in the place that we live in, but in some kind of a lifestyle or dietary or relationship or work-related stuckness. If we have done that and we really want to get out, we really need to make a big, fat push. A real big, fat push to get out. And that's kind of what I'm doing with moving into doing something different for a living. Not totally, but like wanted to do something new and fun, you know. Making wood products and sewing, it's okay, and I like working for myself, but I want to do something that's just like fun, you know. I work with dogs. With lots of people going on vacation, they leave their dogs with us to look after. With spring break going on, what are some shoulder massages, stretches I can do standing up? You can do this. Standing up. Can you see that? There. That stretches all your pecs here. And when you stretch your shoulders back and massage your pecs, you probably want to do this first before you do this. You can even take this and prop it up on a table or something. I'll show you. See that? Like that. It's really important to stretch your shoulders back. Additionally, when you're sleeping, you can use like if you were to buy one of my body pillows, you can sleep on a downward 45-degree angle with the bottom shoulder back, or the bottom arm behind you, and that stretches the shoulder back. I usually do that for a while in the morning, almost every morning. What is your opinion on pain relieving creams? I don't use any creams, because if you look at the ingredients list on creams, there's all kinds of funny shit in them. And so I totally avoid creams. Anything that's white like that, it's not natural. People use those things because they don't want to use oils because they don't want to be oily. Well, get oily. Use coconut oil and use various other like olive oil, coconut oil, sesame oil, or what else? Those are the main ones that people should use, and that you can mix herbs with them. You can mix essential oils, and for pain, like let's say rosemary is good. Um, just whatever you do, don't use creams. Use oils, and you can find some good combination massage oils on Etsy. There are people on Etsy that make really good, like unique handmade oils that have herbs in them, like forgetting the name of that one. There's an herb, a specific herb that's supposed to be a good muscle relaxant, but there's some really good combo oils, massage oils on Etsy. And make sure that they use unrefined coconut or sesame or olive. Learned for you back in 2013. Cool. Back of my neck makes a scary loud cracking sound. Any ideas what to do for it? I think that my joints have gotten a lot better since I've regularly consumed chicken bone broth soup. Every time, like today, I make it. I'll show you. I just made another big pot of chicken bone broth soup. And what I do is today I stewed bones, chicken bones, in the water all day for about 8 or 10 hours. Then I dumped the bones out and strained the water and put vegetables in it and cooked them for about 3 more hours. And now I'll be able to eat this glucosamine soup for the next couple of days. Me and Chakra will hog on that. And I do totally believe that it helps to rebuild connective tissue in your body. And I think it's really good to massage your neck. And my rollers are really awesome for cervical regions and for heads that are forward like that. Look at this. It's hard to believe, but I've still got this last Purple Heart roller. That Purple Heart roller is a beautiful, beautiful tool. This one is absolutely flawless. Look at even the joints. Like, it's really hard to get the joints on the rubber perfect, but look at that one. That one is freaking perfect. Both of them. Look at that one. And this is a heavy Purple Heartwood. This is such a nice roller. I'm telling you, this is a really, really nice roller. But anyways, yeah, massaging and those rollers were rolling on your cervical region there. Whenever you can stimulate blood flow to a specific area by creating movement to that area specifically, you know, exercise and stretching are really good to create kind of movement in a broad area. But when you pinpoint an area directly by massaging it with something like a tool or your fingers, then you get direct stimulation in the area that you're trying to heal. And those rollers do that for in a place where it's really hard for you to work with your hands or with a tool. You can use a Theracane, and those are really good, but you can't get a lot of pressure like you can with that by using the weight of your whole body. So, yeah, that's what I think. I'm going to talk to you about your funny and educating me. I love you. Well, thanks for watching, Jessica. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Bone broth, it takes a long time to cook. And yeah, good things take time, Joe. Looks delicious. Attractive. It's gorgeous, but I can't afford it. Oh, thanks for learning. I use this as a self-massage. Okay, Brett, I want the purple roller. I'll messenger you. Okay, Cheryl. Cheryl? Yeah, we'll talk about rollers, Cheryl. What would it take for you to make a video eating a Big Mac? It would take a lot of money, and then it would take me throwing up afterward. You know that I have. I'll tell you a few. Now I'm not going to tell you all of the ideas that I've written down for my comedy videos, but I'll tell you a few. And one of them is that black wig, me wearing that black wig and singing an opera song, but then starting to sing like heavy metal. Like, ooh, ah, like that. And see what people think. Like, do it in front of people. Like, set up my music stand. I have a music stand. I could set it up next to some people, and they'd be like, "Is he gonna perform or what?" And I walk up and I start singing opera, and I've got some music that I've recorded from YouTube that's like monetizable, and so I start to sing opera, and then I just lose it, and I go, I'm banging my head. So that's one idea. Of course, all kinds of farting videos. Like I was thinking about doing a dog farting video where I put one of her old diapers on her. Chakra. And tying her up in a specific place, and then have the camera trained on her, and people would stop and pet her, you know. And then inside her diaper, I would have this thing, you know, the farting device, and that would kind of freak people out. But there's just so many ideas that I have, and I shouldn't tell you very many of them because I'll ruin it, you know. Brett, check it out. Symphonic metal. It's not very good, I think, but it's kind of a mesh between opera and metal. Yeah. I gave up soda for the most part last August. Good. Me too. Growing kindly. The sugar hurts is what can sugar aches or something like that. Sugar is too bad. Sugar is an addiction. Sugar hurts. Good night. Okay. Good night, everyone. Good night, Teresa. So we're getting near the end. Well, maybe I should. There's 31 people watching right now. 31 freaking people. Maybe I should lube up my lip. I haven't been up the mountain to see the duck lately. See, this is full of millet, and I was taking it up to the to corn, feeding it to corn, the duck. And he's just the cutest turd, and I hope soon that he is let out of his pen regularly to do his thing. But we're gonna have, and it's really cool, that we're gonna have sunny days for about more than a week now. And I'm hoping that it starts to warm up too. You know what I'm talking about? How many of you are sick of this cold ass weather that we've had, the winter? Are you just sick of it like I am? And I've told you before that the winter is for spiritual this or that, but in all honesty, this last winter I haven't been all that into it, as you may have been noticing. I haven't been into it like I've been in previous winters because I think that I've not been in as much pain. In all honesty, whenever I'm emotionally distraught, whenever I'm physically in a lot of pain, whenever I'm just praying a lot, God help me, you know. That's when I am more grooving towards the winter time, the spiritual, quiet indoors, it's colder than shit outside time of the year. And so this year I've been doing better and not as toxic and been feeling as though I've gotten through the worst of the worst. Even though I have had some bodily tensions and pain, mostly on my left side, my left leg, it really wasn't near as bad as it was in years past. When I first moved out of the city, it was so bad. I was in so much freaking pain, y'all. And I was calling certain people that were really giving people quite a bit and just having them help me to get through some of the nights. And now it's not perfect, but I'm doing better. Doing somewhat better. My main problem right now is that my car it seems to be getting worse and worse, and I've been really looking on Craigslist for motors to try and replace the motor, or maybe to buy a cheap car or something. And I've been thinking a lot and stressing way too much about the thought of not having a car and living out here. And I could do it. I could do it. And I would have to hitchhike quite a bit. Not a lot, but like at least once or twice a week, I'd have to hitchhike or catch a ride with somebody into town or something to that degree. But I could do it, but it wouldn't be fun, and I wouldn't be able to do my comedy videos. So I need to keep saving money to be able to do something in regards to getting another car, probably. So buy my pillows, buy my rollers, buy the Foot Friends, and you will benefit from them, and I will get to save some money so that I can have another car. And I'll tell you what, the thought of buying another car, to me, is nauseating. It's really a drag. It's really a drag. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could live without a car. But it would be probably more of a drag to live without a car than to live with a car. It's like one of those, you can't live with them and you can't live without them things. So what are you going to do, you know? Lady in South Carolina complained of joint pain, but when she ate Jell-O, her pain disappeared due to the grenadine in the Jell-O. Joe lives in Mexico, Jessica. Joe's down in Mexico. Never really been, but I sure wanna go. Oh, Joe's in Mexico. I think I'll have to go now. So let's see. Well, I think I'm going to call it a night, y'all. I hate to say it, but I think I got to call it a night. This has been the longest one that I've ever done by a half hour or more. This has been now 2 hours and 5 minutes. That is a long program. So I want to thank everybody for joining me. I hope that you are well, and I hope that you have a really good week. Check out my products at brettsnaturalhealth.com. Take care of yourself. Give yourself some skin brushing or a hot foot bath. Do some stretching. Go for a nice walk in the sunshine. If you live out here in the east, you're probably going to get some awesome sunshine. And yeah, just go with the flow There's a lot of bullshit in the news these days. And if you're watching the news and you start to get some bad feelings about it, turn it off and go sit peacefully with creation. Just go sit and go within yourself and just breathe and think about what God and creation really is and what it really needs from you and what it can give you in exchange. It's a partnership. It's a partnership. Everything is give and take, yin and yang. Anybody that says that God doesn't need anything from you, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. God probably needs you as much as you need it. It's a partnership. So thanks for joining me.